Good morning and welcome back to our recorded classes. Children, I appreciate all those who are sending your homework and classwork on time. At the same time, I'm a little disappointed with children who are watching the video but not sending their classwork, not the homework. I will not tell you all that you have to submit your classwork and homework the day you watch the video. Take ample time and then submit it within the next 2-3 days. But make sure you complete the given work. Is that clear, children? Now, can we get started for today's classes then? Before I start today's class, let me tell you what I will be doing in this session. Before we start today's session, we'll do a recap of the previous session. Then we will start a poem, Waiting at the Window. We will also do a little part of grammar, which is can and could. We will see where to use can and where to use could. Then we'll summarize all what we have learned today. Then, of course, I will definitely ask you questions, and the last part is your assignment. So, children, let's start off the session with a quick recap of the previous session. In the previous session, we learned what helping verbs are. What are helping verbs? Helping verbs are verbs that come before the main verb in a sentence. For example, the class is singing. Here, the main verb is singing. What is the helping verb then? Is the helping verb. Hope you all have understood what helping verbs are. Now let's look at may or might. We all know that may is the present tense and might is the past tense. We use may when we are not sure about something in the present or future. For example, Jack may be coming to see us tomorrow. And when do we use might then? We use might when we are not sure about something in the present or future. I might see you tomorrow. That's an example sentence. Hope you all have understood where to use may and might as well. Have a look at this picture, children. What do you all see? It's raining, isn't it? Even now, outside, it is raining and I'm stuck inside the house. I can't even go out and look at the rain. I'm just standing at the window and looking at it. So today we will learn the poem Waiting at the Window, written by A.A. Milne. Now let's see who A.A. Milne is. The picture over here is A.A. Milne, and the full form of A.A. is Alan Alexander Milne. And Alan Alexander Milne was born on January 18, 1882 in Kilburn, London. Milne was a noted writer, primarily as a playwright, before the huge success of Pooh overshadowed all his previous work. After graduating Cambridge in 1903, Milne contributed to Punch magazine, joining the staff in 1906. Milne also served in both World Wars, joining the British Army in World War I and as a captain of British Home Guard in World War II. He wrote many poems, and one among them is Waiting at the Window. Finally, after huge success and huge award and reward, Milne died on 31st January 1956. Children, please turn to page 11 in the literature book and toss your fingers through while I'm reciting the poem for you all. Waiting at the Window, written by A. Milne. These are my 2 drops of rain, waiting on the window pane. I am waiting here to see which the winning one will be. Both of them have different names. One is John and one is James. All the best and all the worst comes from which of them is first. James has just begun to ooze. He's the one I want to lose. John is waiting to begin. He's the one I want to win. James is going slowly on. Something sort of sticks to John. Children, I'll stop here with these 7 stanzas and we'll continue the rest in the next class. So, I want you all to recite the poem the way I did, and also you will underline the new words and about 5 new words you will underline, frame sentences for those 5 words that you find, write it in your rough book and send it to me via the WhatsApp. Let me explain the poem for you children. What you'll understand by this poem. Okay, each one will have different answers, but I think the author is trying to tell us something. I feel he's imagining. Okay, now let's move to the imagination world. As I'm explaining, imagine that you are wanting to go out and play, and the picture, what is there, that is you. Okay, now you're wanting to go out and play. Suddenly, when you're trying to go out, you see it is raining. Will you be able to go? No. So what you do, you sit near the window pane and watch all the little drops of rain falling on the window. Then suddenly you think, why not? I play a game with this. Then there are 2 drops of rain that are falling from the window pane. So what you all do, you name them as one is John and the other one is James. So what happens? So one is slowly coming and the other one is still sitting on the window pane. So what I will do is, I will want one to lose and one to win. Obviously, right? If there is a race, one will lose and one will win. So after naming them, James just started to fall. But you know how selfish I am. I'll I'll tell, no, 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 I don't want James to win. I want only John to win. Okay, then I also tell all the best. And slowly the 2 of them, that is the 2 dewdrops, are just falling little by little. Now, in the next class, we'll see who won the race and what happens finally to the boy. Okay? Let's look at some word meanings now. Window pane. Glass shutter of a window. Winning. Relating to victory in a contest. or competition. Worst, least good or desirable. Ooze, pass slowly through small openings. Let's have a look at grammar now. Can, could. Now let's see where to use can and could. Now can and could can be used for ability, request, asking permission, allowed things, and possibilities. Now let's have a look at different sentences where you can use can. I can speak Chinese fluently. This is talking about the present. You all can even say I can speak Hindi, English, any language that you are fluent in. Can you take me to the Victoria station? Can I borrow your car tomorrow? You can take a holiday tomorrow if you want. In Norway, temperatures can be low as 50 degrees Celsius in winter. Now, let's look at could, where we can use could. Could is always the past. Now let's look at the sentence. I could run 10 miles when I was young, which means that he's telling that he could run 10 miles when he was young, very young. Let's look at the next sentence. Could you lock the door when you leave? Could I choose my own doctor? When I first started this job, we could take a holiday when we wanted. So that was in the past. When he was very new to the job, he could take a holiday whenever he wanted, but not now. The weather station said temperatures could be as low as 10 degrees Celsius tonight. Hope you all understood the difference between can and could and where all to use can and could. It's very simple, children. If you understand the meaning of the sentence, it's very easy for you to identify where to use can and where to use could. That's all for today's session, children. Let's quickly summarize what we have learned. We learned the poem to recite, and we also learned what waiting at the window means. And I also have put a small picture of the author, who is A. Mill. And we learned only about 6 stanzas from the poem. We also did learn few word meanings, and in grammar we learned where to use can and where to use could. Children, once again, let me be very clear. If you all do not understand anything, first go through the video again and again. Okay? Do not just pass your fingers through so that the video gets completed very quickly. No, go through all the videos, understand. If you do not understand anything, you're always free to call and clarify your doubts. But a sincere request, children, before 8 in the evening, you can call. After 8, if you are sending messages or if you're calling me, I will not reply to both. But I will definitely reply the following day. Always feel free to ask, clarify your doubts. Okay? Now it's question time. Who is A. Mill? Quickly type your answers and send it to me right now. Once again, who is A. Mill? And what is can and what is could? Yes, let me see. Who will be the first one to answer these two while you're still watching the video? Put your video on pause, take your phones and start messaging me. All right? Waiting for your answers. Children, please listen carefully to what has been said. Now, in your book, the all-in-one book, you will turn to page 43. Yes, where you have this exercise which says fill in the blanks using can, could, may or might suitably. Okay, you have 8 fill in the blanks on page 43, and then on page 44 you have another 2. On page 44 you have another 2, only those 2 on page 44. Please go through it and write it in the reader only. Once again, I'm repeating, children, please do this homework in the reader only. And I'm also sending a worksheet via WhatsApp that has to be done in the homework book. Once again, I'm repeating myself, a worksheet will be sent via WhatsApp. Do that in the homework book. Not only that, for your previous exercises, that is from page 9 in the all-in-one where you have the lesson part, page 9 and page 10, I will write the answers, take a pic and send it to you all. What you'll have to do is check your answers with my answers. Okay, I've already corrected for few of them, but for those whom I haven't corrected, please check your answers and correct them accordingly in the textbook only, and that too with pencil. Once again, I'm sending the answers for page 9 and 10. Go through the answers and correct them accordingly with pencil in the reader itself. Not only that, children, you all know I've already started calling and asking questions. So be prepared. Once I call, I may ask question from the first video, or I may ask from the second video, or I may also ask from the present video. So you will have to be thorough and don't ask me to wait, ma'am. Give me a minute, ma'am. No, you will have to immediately answer me while I call you and ask questions. So be ready for that as well. Make sure you all read the lesson, go through the question answers, go through all what is being told, and always, children, do your work on time. Listen to your parents, don't trouble them until we meet in the next session. This is Ma'am Anna Rajashekar signing off. See y'all.